Hello and welcome to the Footy Coach podcast. My name is Jock, your host, and today, being the first week just completed of 2023, excited to get stuck back into it for another big one, another big year, another big season. I'm sure you coaches across the country enjoying your rest. Spending a lot of time with family and friends, and hopefully getting away for a few days here and there, and really enjoying yourself in this sort of off-season period. Players, for this episode, I really want to discuss players particularly, and obviously coaches can pass this on to their teams that they're working with. But I really want to focus on this Christmas, New Year's period and the gains that you can get out of that sort of, usually most clubs would have a month off or 6 weeks or at least a few weeks off this time of year, finishing up before Christmas. For instance, we wrapped up about the 17th, I think, of December. We're back late end of January. So about 6 weeks in our program at the Falcons there. But your club, community club, or whether you're a junior, might not even started yet. But I think this period here is just a really great opportunity to work on where you are and where you want to be as a footballer. So I'm going to get straight into it because I've got here my six tips for this off season. And before we even get into that though, I think, as mentioned, this time as you head into Christmas and this new year, and today's actually, as recording, we're on the 8th of January. You got to decide, first off, what sort of footballer you really want to be. So if you're aiming to play senior football this year, you're aiming to get into an elite program like in the NAB League, or be the better player in your team as an 18-year-old or a 16-year-old. There's different levels that I think you need to go to during this Christmas off-season period. So I've broken it up into sort of 3 different levels to think about. So probably if you wanted to be an elite under 16, elite under 18, or play senior football, senior local football, there's that sort of level of training you need to get to. But then there's sort of the under 16s, under 18s to reserves type football. So more people just really love their footy, but don't want to really reach those high levels. There's that sort of level of training required, I think. And then you got your junior football, so under 14s and down, under 10s, under 9s, in terms of what they can do during this period. So that's sort of 3 areas. So let's jump straight into it. Let's talk about training. Number 1, training. So I think if you're looking to be an elite footballer, under 18, play NAB League, looking to try to even play VFL, let alone AFL, or just play senior football this off season, this Christmas break, I should say, I think you need to be looking at about 3 sessions a week, conditioning type sessions. So these are running sessions. These are doing intervals on the oval. These are going for runs 3 times a week. So it might be a Monday, Wednesday, and a Saturday. You go out and do a running type session in particular. Maybe a cross training type session, boxing, on the bike, maybe potentially swimming. But really running is probably the main one you really want to look at and really emphasize during this period. So if you can get out and do some Ks, do reps of 400s, 800s, 200s, up to K reps, those type of sessions, and they can vary and you can make them how you like. There's plenty of programs out there to look at that sort of stuff, but just getting 3 types of running sessions in, and you'll sort of know what that looks like for you over that period. And then on top of that, for sort of if you're looking to just play sort of reserves football this season, or whether you're just playing under 18s, under 16s, and you're just looking to play some good footy but not really make the elite level, I think you get away with a couple of sessions a week just to maintain that fitness. But if you just do nothing for 6 weeks, you're going to come back and it's actually going to make football really hard for you come February, March. You're going to be way behind. You're going to be overweight, most likely, because you're just sitting around doing nothing. And it's just going to make footy actually harder for you. So you're better off doing a good couple of sessions a week, get out for a run, get out for a good swim, good bike ride. It really makes a difference to you in terms of your enjoyment of football. If you can just be that fitter, but you can be able to get around the ground more. And when training kicks off in February, you're only 6-8 weeks away from the season kicking off with preseason games and so forth. So you really need to try and get a bit done over this Christmas break period. And then again, for under 14s and downwards, I wouldn't recommend any running sessions, nothing like that sort of needed. It's all about enjoyment, fun at this stage. So just getting out for a kick, having fun, playing a few games, just on the oval with the footy. I would suggest no running type sessions or, fitness conditioning type sessions for that age group at all. So that's pretty straightforward. So number one is training. Now, just a couple other tips. Train with your teammates if you can, particularly teammates you sort of want to be like or a similar level to you. If you're the fittest guy at the club, it might be, you're probably not going to get the best session out of training with someone whose fitness level is quite low. So train with someone who's similar ability to you, or maybe just in the perfect world, especially if you're trying to be get the most out of your football, is train with someone just a little bit better than you. Not way better, just a little bit better, because you'll be able to just follow them and you'll be getting maximum out of those sessions by keeping up with them. A couple other tips: train in the morning. Your day gets away from you during this off season and holiday, especially if you're 17, 18. If you're 28 years old and you had a couple of weeks off on holidays, by the time something happens in the afternoon, you get invited across to a friend's barbecue or whatever it is, or a pool party or whatever it is. Train in the morning, get up, just get straight to it. Don't even need breakfast, just get into it. Maybe get a little something into you, but just knock it over 8, 7, 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, first thing in the morning. Another really good thing to do, it could be really work well for you, is find an event to train for. So there's a heap of different events, from swimming, cycling, running, at this time of year, in January in particular. So just pick one, and that gives you an event to really work towards. So, and me as a coach, I think I have mentioned this on the podcast before, but like I've signed up for the Cadell Evans Ride, if I can spit that out. This end of January, actually. So that's like a 125k cycle, which has been really motivating for me to get up and fit and get my 3 sessions in a week, plus do a bit extra on other things. So it's really enjoyable for me, and that might really work for you. So sign up for a 5k, 10k, who knows, maybe a half marathon for those guys who really want to get fit, or even just do a couple like 800, 1500-meter races at inter-club meets at the local athletics club. Perfect. Absolutely spot on. You could even go down there every Saturday and compete over 8:15. Doesn't mean you have to win, but you can competing against a whole lot of guys who just focus on athletics, but just getting those hit outs every weekend could be really motivating. Watch your times, try and do your personal best. That could be something you could do. So, there's a Pieta pub down here in Victoria as well. But no matter where you are, we're in WA, Northern Territory, Queensland, there's a heap of events. So try and do something like that. Might be something that you could look forward to this Christmas break off season. And number 2, we'll go straight into that. Number 2, skill sessions. So this is, I think, really important, particularly if you want to be an elite footballer or a senior footballer, or even if you just want to play reserves and just really enjoy your football through under 16s, under 18s. You've got to get out and have a kick at least once a week for a good session, 45 minutes to an hour. Have a good kick, get a few mates if you can. Just kick the ball around. You can do a few different drills, do ground ball stuff, some handball stuff. Doesn't have to be too intense, but I think just getting the kick, getting your skills in. Don't just put the ball away for 6 weeks and then come back and expect your skills to be on point come first week back of preseason. And again, this comes down to how good you want to be. Like if you're looking, at the elite level, if you're 18-year-old trying to get drafted, like it is, absolute go time for you in terms of your skills and fitness. So you've got to maximize this time. But if you're a 15-year-old and you're coming through and just want to try and enjoy your football this year and do a bit, or again, 25-year-old playing reserves footy, get a kick. It's great fun. We obviously all love the game, so it doesn't get much better than that. So have a kick. You get a little bit of fitness in there while you're out there. Have a good run around. Do a bit of leading out of the goal square. Take turns, hitting a few kicks, turning kicks. Just simple triangle sort of stuff. All very simple, but I think again, depending on what sort of football you want to be, it probably depends on how much you invest in that type of session. But definitely have a kick, because if you haven't kicked a football for a long time, you actually do put yourself up for risk of getting quad strains and hemis comes when the season comes back. Because I bet you a lot of your coaches don't wait for you to get your fitness back. So make sure you definitely get at least a kick in once a week with your mates or with some teammates, and really enjoy that. Get just on skills too. It might be if you really were wanting to improve your skills, it might be worth asking one of your coaches or assistant coaches to come down and help out. A lot of them are on their breaks too, of course, and might have a bit of time. So, and a lot of them obviously love football, so don't be afraid to ask the question. Might be able to work on a few different things with you, maybe a bit of craft work with your key forwards or rucks, or some ground balls or whatever it is. You might find a local coach who just loves it, and I'm sure they absolutely do love it. And they might be around and available just to help you out a bit, which is always fun to get them involved. But I wouldn't be too concerned if they are busy, because everyone does get away. But it doesn't help to throw it out, and I think that could be added benefit to players. Number 3, just in general, this time of year, just keep an eye on your hydration, especially if you're an adult and you're having a few beers. Just trying to, if you're trying to play good football that season, you're going to need to stay hydrated when you're training. You can't have, a big night out and then expect to get up in the morning and do 8x400s. So just trying to keep on top of your hydration levels throughout the week, throughout your training. Obviously, your nutrition as well. I know this time of year is always difficult, especially over Christmas time. But again, trying to get back, particularly when January comes around, really get back into getting your fitness up. Again, if you're looking to be elite, a few kilos of weight on your frame can really set you back. So just trying to focus on good nutrition. We all know that what it looks like. I'm not going to get into specifics. And it goes with that as well. Just some good sleep too. I know it's the social time of the year, but just keep getting good sleep in. If you can get, if you aren't working, you're on school holidays, or you've got a month off from work, if it's possible, get a nap in as well, those sorts of things. Just getting that extra bit of sleep, looking after yourself during this time. Number 4 is recovery sessions. So you got your running sessions, you got a skills session. Again, this goes back to how good a footballer you want to be, but recovery sessions are really important. So if you can, hopefully a lot of you might be a keen surfer or something, but just spending time out in the water, giving your legs some the sea water, getting in a pool, ice bath. You can do your home ones, get a couple of bags of ice, throw it in the bathtub. Really good opportunities with that. And the other thing is massage. If you get a massage, that'd be ideal as well. More the better, I guess, with massage. And I know it comes back, you got to pay a few bucks sometimes for that, but I think investing in yourself is really important. We have discussed that, the importance of investing in yourself. The sport in reality is a very cheap sport. If you're a cyclist, if you play cricket, let alone if you have a motorbike, or you ride horses or something, those sports are just extreme amount of money needed to do those sports. So footy, pair of boots, mouth guard, you're away, sort of thing. So don't be afraid, if you can, to invest a bit in yourself with massage type things, or getting involved with that. Number 5, this is probably more for the junior kids. This is something I would recommend. If you're a junior, 12, 11, 10, join a football camp. There's a lot going on, particularly, I guess, from the footy coach standpoint. We have a number of football camps across the state of Victoria at this stage. We'll hopefully broaden our locations in the future, but for the moment we're in Victoria. So we're running camps this January, for instance, in Geelong. We were in Melbourne, obviously Gippsland as well. Done it in the Ballarat in the past. So check out our stuff too at thefootycoach.com.au. But there's a lot of great camps out there, opportunities for the kids to get involved, and might give you parents a chance to have a bit of a rest from the kids as well, I guess. But yeah, these camps are great. Our camps get really good reviews. You can definitely check that out on our website. But great opportunity to have fun, work on the skills in a really fun environment, meet new people, have a great time, and get out there in the sunshine. So it's that's a really good opportunity. That's something I would definitely recommend for under 12s, under 14s, under 10 type footballer, boys or girls. Do that. So check us out, and there are others out there, but obviously we'd love to have you a part of our camps. And finally, this time, it is this nice break we have. Really important to refresh and relax. I know I've gone through a fair bit of training there, but in reality, that's just a few hours a week. Really make sure you refresh. You don't have to be thinking about footy 24/7. Try and hang out with obviously family and friends. It's really important because it's a big season, regardless if you're playing just under 16s, just down the Division 4 or 5, say football, and you're just really happy to be there, or whether you're you're playing NAB League or you're playing VFL or you're playing elite senior footy. It's a long season from February, kick goes crazy, as we all know, all the way through to September. So really enjoy your time off, refresh, relax, take it easy, get your mind away from things, talk about other subjects, whatever it needs to be for you. Really come back early Feb, late January, whenever you're going back to your football program. Make sure you come back really refreshed. That's probably one of the key things. You don't want to get back dragging your feet and sort of thinking, oh, a bit sort of pulling the chain a bit, if you like, coming into the second part of the preseason in February. So you really want to make sure you relax and enjoy your time off this time of year, which is a great time to have off. So there you have it. They are the 6 different things I think you can work on and take part in this break over Christmas and New Year's. Hopefully that's really helpful. Thanks for listening. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll be back with some more great podcasts. We've got some really good guests lined up, so keep an eye and ear out for that. Don't forget, we have our free newsletter online, footycoach.com.au. Simply it'll pop up, put your email in there, and we'll shoot you that out every month with a whole bunch of recommendations and things to check out, which is perfect this time of year in terms of books and docos and movies and podcasts and a whole range of good stuff that you could enjoy in your time off this January. Outside of that, guys, have a great week. Hope you're enjoying your break, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.